What's up YouTube? It's Daniel with Adventures with Daniel. Today I'm going to be showing you another bike in my arsenal. This one's made by Marin. Their Gestalt. This has been a really good bike for me. I've put probably at least 500 to 600 miles on it, so I've got a pretty good feel for how everything goes, works, feels, etc. And I'm a big fan. This one is a little bit different. I want to note that right up front. I did put an MTX rear rack on here because I'm a big fan of this setup. Being able to slide the bag in and out if you get their proprietary track bag system with the MTX track is awesome. So if you were to buy this bike, this would not be included, but a well worthwhile accessory to put on. This is running the SRAM 1x11 drivetrain. Awesome drivetrain. The one thing I am not 100% sure I'm a fan of is the double tap setup. The reason being is this wing right here, which you can sort of see, but it's for the double tap. If your brakes are not adjusted just perfectly, if you have any pull in them or anything like that, this can interfere with the drop on your drop bar. But other than that, it's a solid setup. It's got 2 water bottle mounts inside the cage. This is the 54. It's running the Schwalbe G1 tires on it right now, which work pretty well. They're not quite as aggressive as I would probably put on here. When I get through these, I'll probably put something a little more gravel friendly, but they roll well on the road. So if you're doing more hard pack gravel, bike paths, road rides, those types of things, the tires work pretty well. They're a 32C, so they're wide enough to rough or smooth out some of the road, but they're not too wide that, you know, feels like you're riding a mountain bike. The drops are a little deeper than I usually like, but they're not horrible. There's a touch of flare on the bars. The bike in general, though, is nice. Like, you really can do a lot with it, and I think you'll enjoy it as much as I do. Fairly affordable in the scheme of things. Again, aluminum frame on this. If you like the steel frame, not your bike, or titanium or carbon. Has cable actuated disc brakes. They work well. Quick release axles, not through axles. I'm sorry, I said 1x11, I believe. This is 1x10 drivetrain. They have a 1x11 model, and maybe even 1x12 now. This is a 2017, I believe, and they have several ranges within it. So this is 1x10. So if you don't like the derailleur, you're in luck because it's not here. But great bike overall. I've really enjoyed it. There's nothing that stands out about it as the best ever, and there's nothing that is just like an absolute deal breaker. I wouldn't buy it because of X, Y, or Z. I think it's a great option for you if you're looking for the gravelly, roady, all-arounder type of bike, light touring. This one will work out for you. It does not have triple mount up on the front fork, so if you're needing that, it doesn't exist, but it does have fender mounts, so you can put a front fender on it, which is nice. It does clearly have rack mounts in the back, so you could do, you know, pannier rack here, frame bag, and either the waterproof tube bag type of setup or like a saddle bag up front, and run it in several different options. You could just run it naked like this. It's a fast bike. You pull this off, put a little under seat bag, put on your race jersey, you're going. I mean, you'll keep up with at least mid-pack. A lot of it depends on your leg strength, but great bike overall. I really enjoy it. It only fits up to, I believe, like a 35 or a 38C. So if you're looking for a real wide option, this is probably not the one for you. But if you like that mid-fat for the gravel setup, little narrower, it works well. It's not optimized for 650B, so if that's a concern of yours, this is not the bike for you. But it rides well. I'm about 5'7", 5'8". I got a 4-year-old inseam, about 29 inches. I'm a little taller in the torso, so I tend to like the 54-ish range because it gives me a little longer top bar, even though it's close on the standover height. Don't want to fall off. You'll be singing soprano. But good bike. I would recommend it. There's nothing that would deter you from having just an awesome time on this thing. You could put a more aggressive tire, a less aggressive tire, change the rack and bag setup, use this thing for years to come, and I think you'd love it. So I appreciate you watching today. Again, this is the Marin Gestalt bike that I purchased with my own money. Was not given to me. I've ridden it for a year and just giving you my honest feedback. So if you wouldn't mind liking it, subscribing, even sharing the video, commenting down below, I'd really appreciate it. Any help that I can get helps support the channel as I bring you more and more of these types of videos. Have a good one.